Hi, I'm Terry Stingley. I'm a sommelier here in Southwest Michigan, and I'm a kind of a friendly consultant to my good friends Martin and Katrina here in their wonderful business at Proměny Café. Love doing work with them, and we're going to have a little fun here. I think today's episode is Stump the Sommelier. We're not going to make that a habit because it's easier. It's really easier than it may appear. So sommeliers go through a 4-step process in tasting wine. It's called the deductive tasting method, and every sommelier in the world goes through this method every time we taste wine. Then we get busy drinking it, but we always taste first, and then we'll drink. So the tasting part is 4 steps. First, we want to look at the wine. So I'm using a white backdrop so I can tilt the wine in the bowl and get an idea of how old it is. There's a couple things you can tell from looking at wine. Red wines get lighter as they get older, and white wines get darker as they get older. So you can get a little indication of the age of the wine just by looking at the color and the rim variation, how rich the color is at the depth of the bowl, and then how it varies at the rim of the juice. You can also get an idea about alcohol level. So if it's got thick legs, the visceral content, what we call the legs, that means it's a higher alcohol content. And if it's got thick, colorful legs, as this wine does, it's pretty high in alcohol indeed. Think of California Zinfandels. So this has got thick, colorful legs. I'm guessing the alcohol is over 14.5, maybe approaching 15%. So it's not real old, but it is developing. So it's a couple of years old, I'm thinking, maybe 3. No more than that, maybe 4 at the oldest. Okay, so now I'm going to do the second step of the process, and this is the most important, the smell. 85% of the taste is actually in the smell, so we use the whole olfactory gland. The reason smell is so important is because the taste bud only can taste 6 things, but our sense of smell has thousands of references. From the time we're little until the time we get very old, that sense of smell is a catalog that we carry around with us. So I don't put anything in my mouth until I smell it first. If I'm in the grocery store, I'm smelling the produce, I'm smelling the bread. When I'm at home, if I'm eating out in a restaurant, I want to smell it and get a sense. So we're doing the same thing with the wine. That's why the bowl is so wide open, so we can stick our noses in there. And what we're looking for is a few things, FEW, fruit, earth, and wood. Always in that order. So the fruits I'm smelling are dried cherries, dried plums, currants. Now, you also want to put baking spices in there, and I definitely smell some cedar, maybe some nutmeg. And then on the wood part, as I said, cedar, there's definitely some oak involved there. So then we do the third step, which is the taste, and we're using the taste to verify what we smell on the nose. So the taste validates the nose, not the other way around. Because again, the tongue's limited. So I'm going to taste it. There's definitely the cherries that I smell, tons of cherries, plums. So I'm thinking that this is, now this is the part where I'm going to embarrass myself. I'm thinking this is a New World wine. It's higher in alcohol. And then the last part, the fourth part of the process is the finish. We just want to pay attention now. Is it a lingering finish? Is it a short, acidic finish? This is a fairly long finish, a little bit acidic. And, this is challenging. It's always challenging here at the Stump the Sommelier. A lot of tannins. So I'm guessing it's a blend with some Cabernet Sauvignon, maybe some Merlot in there. And I'm wondering if I'm not tasting a Bordeaux of some kind. But, all right, I'm either guessing a California blend or a Bordeaux, which is also a blend. So.
Well, let's see it.
I think we have a winner. I think it's a Bordeaux.
It is a Bordeaux, so it will have Cab and Merlot in it. It's an 09 vintage, which is a nice vintage. And there you go. It's 45% Merlot, 30% Cabernet with a little bit of Cab Franc in there. So somebody did pretty good.
Pretty good. Awesome.
Thanks for playing our game.
Great
Tell
job.
everybody he's won.
He has won another taste of another wine.